um, Rip Coaster Keat, and what exactly are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here until Halloween next year. So get back in your corner. Let me just fix this. What is going on? Hey guys, I'm the Coaster Keat, and it has admittedly been a while. I swear, I always start these videos saying the exact same thing, saying, man, it's been a busy weekend, or man, it's been a busy week, but whoa boy, this one just took the cake. It was literally so busy that I had no time to record. But before we get to the weekend, I guess I should discuss what happened throughout the week, which wasn't that much. The main highlights of the week, I guess, would be the fact that there wasn't any English throughout the week because we were working on our essay, and that I had to frantically write my anime paper, which is on the relation between blood types and character personalities as perceived in Japanese culture and as illustrated through anime characters. So it was a busy week in that sense, but the most important thing about this week was that it was a week of endings. This week, not only did I have my very last lab, and I say this week, but I mean last week. Last week, not only did I have my very last lab, the lab practical, the very final thing that you do for your lab, but I had the final D&D session of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which was a very emotional thing. I don't know how many of you out there have ever finished a D&D campaign. It is pretty much unheard of, but I had been meeting with these guys for each and every week, pretty much, for at least 4 hours each week. And so it added up. I probably saw them at least 48 hours over the semester, which is honestly probably more than any other person in college. So it was a really good group. Really got to know these guys pretty well, and they were all very nice. So it was even more tragic when we had to end, and not only was it that the campaign was ending, but because of people's schedules and because of people's lives, it means that, we're not all going to be able to keep going. So many groups that I've been in before have had the privilege of continuing on year after year after year, just because, especially in high school, things don't really change. Your hours of school are always the same, and so it's really, really easy to just always have this stable place where you can play D&D. But as soon as you get into that college setting where your schedule can be anywhere from 8 to noon to 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. or whatever, it's just so much harder, not even counting work and performance auditions and stuff that these guys have to do. So I had to say goodbye to that, and also to the lab, which again, that was 3 hours every week, and so say goodbye to my lab partner. Really was a week of endings, and I'm sure for you, for some of you at least, you probably thought that it was also going to be the end of this channel, which I wouldn't blame you because it's been 2 days, or 3. I didn't post Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. 3 days, that's a lot. So that combined with the fact that now is when we're finally getting all of the information about the new restrictions that YouTube is going to be putting on us, and the fact that if you don't mark videos correctly, suddenly you can start getting fined tons and tons of money. And personally, as someone who has 31 loyal subscribers, who I'm extremely thankful for, but definitely as someone who doesn't ever see a penny of income from YouTube and never really planned to make any money from it, to have the concept that suddenly YouTube could actually be taking money away from me just because I made these videos and I might not mark them exactly correctly, because personally, I don't really think these are videos made explicitly for kids. I don't swear. For those of you that don't know what the whole thing is about, it's essentially you have to choose if your video is made for kids or not for kids. And if you mark something not for kids and it's decided it is for kids, that's when the fines can start rolling in. But you also, if you mark it for kids, then you start losing a lot of your money because essentially the company doesn't want you targeting ads towards kids, and that comes for like a lot of your revenue. So personally, as someone that doesn't make any money from YouTube, maybe I should just put everything as for kids. Don't cuss or anything, so I guess technically speaking it could be, and better than that fine, I suppose. But yeah, the decision I made about that is essentially that I'm gonna look even more into it than I have previously. Big shout out to Game Theory, who has an extremely helpful video on this topic if you guys are interested in learning more. But personally, I'm gonna go ahead, read through those legal documents, because one of the things I actually do best is read through ridiculously long text, just because I can. So I'm going to go ahead, read through that and figure it out, but there is a definite possibility that this channel, this little experiment that I've been running, could get shut down in the new year. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get into this busy weekend that I'm sure you all are very curious about, as I have failed in the past to make videos, sure, but usually only a day at a time I have failed. So a failure of 3 days is pretty drastic, and even more drastic when you consider that I wasn't even traveling during those 3 days. I was here in Arizona, so I don't even have that excuse. So why was there such a problem? Well, let me break it down. So Friday, I went ahead and I had my classes. So I have anime class at 9, and then I had physics class at 12, and English would usually also be that day, but English was canceled. And so I went ahead and I went to those 2 classes, and then I went to my dorm, and I started working on some stuff that I needed desperately to get done. This consisted of essays, this consisted of studying, this just consisted of a little bit of just watching YouTube, because I am a person with a life, go figure, and I do really enjoy watching other people's content. It is one of the things that lights up my day. And so I went ahead, did all of this, and by the time I was finished, it was around 5 o'clock, and that Friday, I was going out with my dad to go to some events and stuff. That day, actually, it was just, we were going to, like, Cracker Barrel and just going to some shopping that I needed done, and then we came back for my friend's play that they were in, to go see it at around, I'm gonna say 9, okay, so the play started at 7, and then they had us out around 9, so roughly that time frame. So you might say, like, oh, okay, so you got home at 9, so you could have just made a video then, because, I don't know, some of you might have figured out that I don't exactly make my videos early in the day every single day. It can get a little later than I want some days, actually. But not only did I have that play, but right after that, I had signed myself up, essentially, to be the DM for a one-shot horror campaign, which was one of the things that I had been working on previously. And so, needless to say, like so many great D&D campaigns, pretty much everything that I worked on just kind of got thrown out the window as the party went pretty insane. Let me know down in the comments below, actually, if you guys want to hear D&D stories, because that is something I can do. But yeah, they just went crazy, but everyone had a wonderful time. But by the time I got back into my dorm and to bed, I had like a throbbing headache, It was about 1 a.m. when I finally got into bed, and there was no way I was making a video. So I told myself, hey, it's okay, we all miss a video once or twice, it's fine. Once a week was kind of this buffer that I gave myself, saying that it's okay if I miss one video in a week. I won't, that's fine. And so I went ahead, went to bed. I planned that next day that I was gonna go ahead and wake up early because my dad was gonna come in at like 11:30 so that we could get food and then go to a hockey game. But I went ahead and I slept straight to 11. It was a glorious slumber, but I did not get anything done that morning, and that was exactly when I was gonna be recording videos. And another video that I am currently working on, you will actually see that referenced, because I refer to something like, I'm running out of time, I don't have enough time for this, and that's the video that was being recorded Saturday morning. Anyways, I go ahead and record that, kind of meet up with my dad, go to the hockey game, do all that stuff, and then we go and see Frozen 2, another video for another day, and that takes a good chunk of time, and then we come back, and then it's the football game. And again, there was just zero downtime. The only time I was even in my room was pretty much to sleep and to run in to get my jacket a few times because, you know, we were going to a hockey game and we were going to a football game at 8 o'clock at night, which is relatively chilly. So even though I don't get cold very easily, it was cold. And so again, I'm getting home right around midnight. And when you get home at midnight, you just don't want to do anything productive. And so I went ahead, passed out for the next day. The next morning, I wake up, and I'm literally so exhausted, I think, from the past 2 days, that I sleep right through the beginning of my water polo practice. And then I'm like, well, yes, I'm not making it. And I kind of make it up to myself by doing some physics studying that I desperately needed to do because I had a test that was today on Monday that I needed to prepare for. And so I studied for that for like 4 to 5 hours. And yes, I could have taken a break and made a YouTube video. I'm not denying it. Probably should have made one yesterday, but when it came to like about 5 o'clock, my dad came again, and then we went and saw the basketball game. And then when we got back from the basketball game, it was right back to the grindstone at the studying. And hopefully the lack of video paid off in that physics grade, and I will also let you know how that went. But so that's my excuse. Now, I think it would be relatively easy to say that the excuses maybe for Friday and Saturday are legit, but the one for Sunday isn't, and whatever. You guys can believe what you want to believe. I will admit that I have failed you in my daily upload schedule, and I apologize for it, so here's how I'm going to make it up to you. Even though I know that you guys will probably not watch all of these videos that I am about to publish, I will publish 2 videos each and every day this week to make up for it. We will catch up on things like Reigns. There were a few more episodes of that coming out. There's Flappy Bird playthrough that you can look forward to. It's just a lot of quiet anger. About as angry as you can get when you just woke up and then start recording a video. And yeah, just various videos. I'm also desperately trying to get the pizza video edited for you guys because that one is a work of art. Thank you to everyone that knows what I'm talking about because they are starring in it. And yeah, it's also Thanksgiving week. So that is my thanks to you, my loyal subscribers, is going to be these videos each and every day. And that is a promise that you can hold me to. So anyways, this has been a lot. Sorry for the kind of long, rambling type video, but I hope it informed you a little bit, and I hope it somewhat makes up for the great sins that I have committed in your eyes. But yeah, look forward to the videos that are coming. And I've been the Coaster Key, and I hope that you guys soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!